Relax. Breathe. Reflect. May the Buddha guide you well.
Turning ourselves around. Turn around, and the shore is there. This well-known saying is a good reminder in life. When the prodigal turns around and changes for the better, he or she is as good as gold. If an individual fails to see what is ahead and charges forward blindly, the result will be either crashing into a wall or falling over the cliff. Therefore, knowing when to turn around is extremely important. The journey of life is so full of temptations and traps. When lured by temptation, if we do not turn ourselves around in time, we may actually find ourselves on the path of no return. For example, many people indulge themselves in sex and alcohol. They should know when to turn things around, because their fate is in their own hands. Others blindly pursue fame and high status, not realizing how their lives have become shackled by their own pursuits. If they turn their minds around, they will be so much more carefree. By looking ahead, we can only see half of the world. But by turning around, we will find the other half. The world in front is like a narrow door everyone is fighting to go through, and someone is bound to get hurt. But if we can turn around and look back at the world behind us, where there is no one fighting, we will see it so much more open and free. In life's boundless ocean of suffering, it is important for us to turn around to look for the shore. When we are forced into a corner by situations or circumstances, and we find ourselves walking down a dead-end alley because of our thoughts, it is important that we know how to turn things around and give ourselves a little space. For example, when you're driving a car, you should know how to make a turn ahead of time. When crossing each other's path on the street, we need to know when to step aside. We should ask ourselves, is it really victory for us when we do not yield and move? There are so many embarrassing situations where we need to find a way out. Similarly, when we are engaged in conflicts with others, we should step back to look for a solution. Without leaving enough ground for negotiation in our relationship with others, we will not be able to reap good results. When there are financial disputes, we need to leave enough space for both sides to turn the situation around. Whatever be the situation, when we are faced with obstacles, we simply have to understand when and how to turn ourselves around. There is a famous old saying, reaching the end of mountains or rivers, we naturally need to turn around. Sailing in the ocean of suffering, we simply must understand that because the ocean is boundless. We must turn around to find the shore. In moving down the path of life, we also need to know where to turn around. There is a beautiful poem. Where do you want to go? Please consider carefully when you plan to come back. Turn around, and the shore is right there. Once you understand these lines, need we still fear not having room to turn ourselves around in life?